ultimate wrecker. Let's see what this thing can do. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you before we get into the ball review for everybody that's reached out. For those of you that are unaware, Nathan and I, so Nathan, my doubles partner out at the Open Championships, we put up a really nice number of 1483. We had a really big last game. We were featured on the page and everything. Unfortunately, our lead was only short-lived for 2 days. We're in second now, second and holding tight. Maybe by the time this comes out, we won't be second anymore. But it was still an awesome experience, and I just wanted to come out and say, first and foremost, thank you to everybody. I think this video is coming out. I'm going to be shooting 3 of them. The reason this one's coming out first is because this one's going to be another one of those league time ball reviews. So what do we got for you today? Well, if you didn't see the thumbnail, we have the ultimate wrecker here for you today. So super excited. I know a lot of people were waiting for this series to make a comeback. And for those of you that are like, wait a minute, doesn't this come polished? Why does it look like that? Give it a slight matte finish. I do like to break the surface because they do lane shine, really quick. So the other 2 ball reviews that are probably going to be coming a little bit later, Typhoon within the next few days, Origin EX maybe a little bit after that. I do have those. I do have them drilled. Just for some reason, I tried throwing them in leagues in some places down here and tried to get some shots for you and some commentary, but things have been a little bit different. They've had quite a bit more oil. The Typhoon was hitting the pocket a lot, just leaving a lot of corners. I don't really think it was a good representation of what that ball was meant for. And then the same thing with the Origin EX. I think with how clean that cover is, we just had a really bad over-under, and it wasn't blending it very well. And to be honest, nothing was that day. It was a lot of grinding and shot making. So I'd rather kind of show you guys what a ball is meant to do, when the conditions are kind of okay and it's a little bit easier to see, and compare one ball to another. So just like usual, if you guys are, not new to the channel, you should be pretty aware that I try to get 1 game in. If I feel like I can keep throwing the ball, I'll try to get 2. But yeah, I'm excited. The layout is close to one of my favorite pinup layouts. I went a 1/4 inch longer on the pin. So it's 4 3/4 by 4.5 by 2.5, and that's going to be around here somewhere. This is a really long intro already. You probably just want to see the ball go down the lane and watch it go boom, right? We want to watch it wreck some pins. So I'm going to start practice here. I think we're getting close to the time, so it'll be about 10-15 minutes. Hope it looks good, and I hope the rest of this video is a good representation of what to expect with this ball. All right, so let's go try and bowl up a Storm with some Squad RG gear and see you out on the lanes. All right, so we're out here. It did look pretty good in practice. It is already starting to lane shine a little bit, and I do need to let you know my opponent is throwing a plastic ball, so if it looks like it's starting to stretch a little, could be a lot of reasons. There you go, nice and smooth. Good start. All right, so it looks like the middle of the lane's already starting to stretch because shots like that last one were going flush earlier, so. All right, just gotta stay aggressive here. To the dry, hit it, oh, let's go. All right, so because it was still kind of slow off of the drier part of the lane, that last shot, just gonna bump right little by little until I see it slow down in the right part of the lane. So we're on 25 now. Looks good, great shot. All right, last one was a little high flush. So instead of moving away from it, let's try and bump the speed up a little. See what happens. It's a good shot. It's got a little bit behind. All right, so there's a chance that right lane might be a touch tighter. So maybe I can play him one different here. Just gonna kind of stick to the game plan here on 21. Another good shot. Looks good to me. So let's bowl under the assumption that this lane's a little tighter. So move one right here, feet on 24 to start. Stay aggressive though. Oh, that's in. Oh, we're in a sweet spot. All right, so I'm not gonna complain. Looks like I'm in two good spots here. Gonna keep the eyes in. Obviously shut the angles down a little more on the right lane. Oh, let's go, baby. All right, I might have let up a little on that last one on 21, but we'll take the nice little 4 into the 9 there. Just gotta remember, the closer I am to the friction here, I gotta stay aggressive. Let's go, baby. So, might have a double negative here and not carry, but we're gonna try it. Let's see what happens. Moving a twig left, and we're just gonna make sure we kind of stay aggressive and get it through the fronts. Push. This is getting drier. Oh well. So, pretty confirmed, this is the tighter lane. Just stay aggressive here. Good shot. Great shot. So good news is I think there's a lot to discuss when I'm done bowling tonight. Can't wait to see what I find out in the later games. Let you guys know. Oh, identical shot. Let's go. All right, so if I'm playing them right, I should be able to inch a little left here and just start using the friction I created. And the ball is starting to shine up, so it's going to get a little quicker down lane too. Oh, saw the 5 out. All right, hey everybody, so we are done. We've got great news and we've got not so great news, but it's not on behalf of the ball. It's definitely just what I've been seeing. So definitely probably should have kept recording for game 2. Missed once and then did something different in the fill ball and got 9. So we shot 278 game 2 after the 258 you guys just saw game 1. Felt like the ball had a lot of predictability. That's the word that I'm going to use. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, Tyler, while I was bowling game 2, and he goes, "Does it feel like a mini Zen?" And I'm going to go with that, 100%. It's one of the slower, so this is a hybrid. It just, I don't think it's the surface. The fact that I gave it a little bit of surface because lane shined up rather quick. To me, it's a little bit slower, predictable, shinier ball, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that makes it a little bit more versatile. Am I sure, what it's ever going to be the best on? I'm not. But is it always going to be in play? I feel like it is. And to me, it's in that benchmark zone with the higher RG and the lower diff, kind of like high road area, right? So was it what I expected? Yes. The one thing I told some of my friends that were asking me about it while I was bowling, the one thing I I kept repeating to them was, it definitely feels like the numbers on this ball are true. You can feel the higher RG, you can feel the lower diff because it's not as quick down lane. And to me, that's extremely important, especially in a ball when, you're heading to a pro shop or you're doing your research online and you want to try and figure out, where is this going to fit in my bag? And let's say, some of you, let's just use an example. Best example that I can actually use is Exponent Pearl. Exponent Pearl for me had, those similar numbers with like the lower diff, but for some reason that ball for a lot of people just was like it got kicked left. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's why we do these videos, right? To kind of let you know what to expect. And what I'm letting you know with this current bowling ball that I'm discussing is that you're gonna get what you expect pretty much. If you were a fan of the old series, from what I gathered from some of my friends, this is kind of exactly what it was, right? It was a really, really strong, not strong in terms of overall, how much it hooked, but like just a really good middle of the bag piece. And it kind of feels like it's going to be that for me. Maybe like a step down from an Equinox or a Rockstar. So the Equinox that I particularly love the most that I throw is the one with the pin down that mellows it out just a little. And this feels like it has that same type of shape where it's not super violent in the back. And it's just a little bit less of an engine. So if you guys want to think of it that way, that's another way, okay? I can't compare it to every single ball, so if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Let me know what you currently have, what you currently throw. If you're thinking of getting one because you were a fan of the way they were before, I can kind of let you know if I think it's going to fit in your bag, where there's overlap. Honestly, right now, I can't think of a ball that this has a ton of overlap with in our line. So I do feel like it fills a really good hole. I know I probably shouldn't do this in a video and pause here and think about it. I wasn't even thinking about it while I was bowling. I was trying to think if there was anything, in my bag right now or in my trunk. No. So like Road Warrior is going to be quicker, right? It's a Pearl. That ball gets kicked left. Maybe a Phase AI. I feel like it's going to be a little bit quicker Phase AI. My Phase AI was extremely rolly. That Phase core is just extremely rolly for me. It never really kind of picks up and giddy ups and goes left. So I guess maybe the closest thing to have some overlap would be a Phase AI. But I can still see maybe like a different drill pattern, giving it a way to fit in the bag. So super unique piece. Excited to keep throwing it in some other conditions. The bad that I did not discuss was the last two games. Again, somebody on the opposing team was throwing plastic for their strikes all night, and they kind of were a little cliffed from the start. So middle of the lane got really soupy really quick, and last game I left 7-10 pins playing some different angles and tried kind of slow hooking it, tried trapping it in front of me and doing it with speed. It was just ring 10, flat 10 city, and it didn't matter what ball I threw. The whole pair struggled, and that's why we don't throw urethane or plastic on house shots, because it takes what makes them easy and turns them into a much higher ratio and a difficult shot. So it is what it is. Pretty much just ended even the last two games after 250, 270 there to start. We got 2 weeks left of the league. We'll be on the lookout for the Typhoon and the Origin EX videos. Hopefully going to be able to record those in the coming days. I'm going to try and get this video edited and sent out tomorrow. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions about the bowling ball, if you guys have any questions about nationals and how things went and how we played them, go ahead and leave those in the comments. I'm receptive to all of them, as you guys know. Thank you. Like I always say, thank you guys for all the support. I am more appreciative of my community than you could ever imagine. This has been a Roto-Grip presentation, so Squad RG. But as always, Storm Nation, baby.